steps a man can take is getting down on one knee. A fairy tale wedding being a woman's dream come true. But in New Jersey, a proposal would turn into a deadly nightmare. What's up, everybody? It's 1090J. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on a New Jersey man who proposed to his fiance and hours later killed her.
Another big story around.
Yo, tell me what y'all thinking. Tell me what y'all thinking. This is crazy already, man.
The state now, an Elizabeth man charged with killing his fiancée just hours after their engagement. News 12 New Jersey's Naomi Yane and Elizabeth with new information tonight.
A makeshift memorial sits outside the home where police say the stabbing happened. Tonight, the investigation into this senseless crime continues.
In the small city of Elizabeth, New Jersey, lived a man named Jose Mello, who went by the name DJ Mello. Clearly past his prime, it would seem he was a small venue DJ, but more importantly, a man providing for his family. Christmas posts would show he watched his daughter perform Christmas songs at school, but a video posted on Christmas Day would eerily seem off.
Wow.
No.
See, I don't know if that's the baby mom right there or the wife right there or fiance right there. But I know that this looks like parents right here on the other side, and they look like they happily together. You know what I'm saying? Even if they're not fully happy, they've learned how to handle their differences. But over here on this side, maybe this isn't the fiance, man, but this person don't look like she into anything he into. He look like he trying to enjoy himself, but man, she ain't into none of that.
Fuck her.
Jose himself was cheerful, but his family almost appeared forced to be there, specifically his girlfriend. Jose was 52, while his girlfriend Niket was 31. A mother of two, her kids lived with her, and aside from an aunt, the rest of her family were down in Florida.
I ain't against nothing with people that are like older being with somebody younger. But does a 31-year-old woman really want to be with a 52-year-old man? I don't know. Y'all tell me, man, down below. Let me know. Is that normal? Or is that a little bit different?
So essentially, her and her kids were alone with Jose. A Facebook post would state they'd been together since January 1st of 2018, so New Year's 2025 would be their 7-year anniversary. On December 29th, 2024, Jose would propose at the Bamboleo nightclub.
That look good, man. I ain't lying. They look good. They look happy. I like that. They look good right there. Oh man, homie look like he about to tear up. Nah, that's good. That's what's up, man. I like that. I like that.
Cheers and applause came from the crowd as the couple shared a kiss, but no one could predict what would happen next.
Family were talking to her the night before, congratulating her on Facebook for getting engaged, and when she didn't reply, it actually struck a chord to someone because it's not like her.
Nah, it ain't that it ain't like her. She was put on spot in front of everybody, so she probably accepted it and she thought it was cute and she thought it was nice. But afterwards, she probably regretted the decision, whatever it was that she made. However she felt, she probably regretted it.
9 a.m. the very next day, police would respond to a home on Florida Street after reports of a stabbing. Inside, they discovered the 31-year-old mother of two, pronouncing her dead. Minimal details were released, but Jose was placed into custody and arrested for murder. Whether she accepted his public proposal only to reject him later that night,
which was exactly what I think happened. I think that's exactly what happened. I think she was put on spot, and when she went home, you know, homie probably invested a lot into this, feeling like, you know what I'm saying, which that's another thing. Guys, y'all don't own no women, and women do not play with guys' feelings, do not play with men's feelings. I understand it's the same opposite. You know what I'm saying? Women, y'all don't own any men, and men don't play with women's feelings. But seriously, women have a high tendency to like to play with guys' feelings just to use them. And in the end, a lot of guys end up feeling like they're invested into you. So don't do that if you don't like the person, because if you don't like the person, situations like this are going to be worth more avoiding than to try to take somebody's money and then you got to pay for the situation with your potential life. That's something you got to think about, you know? And that's the same thing vice versa, guys. Same thing vice versa. You know, because women are crazy too. And you mess around with a woman, you know, she might do something out of emotions that she can get away with. So, chill out.
or he proposed to save a failing relationship. We don't know what caused him to snap, but Jose would brutally murder his fiancé only hours after making her his fiancé. As word spread about his arrest, news sources would release information stating Jose was not only a convicted felon, but a Tier 2 sex offender after a 2010 conviction for threatening a female with a box cutter and sexually assaulting her. It's unknown if his fiancé knew.
This is not about to be good, because anyhow you get in prison, that's the first thing they want to know about you. They don't care what you look like. They don't care how gangster you are. They need your paperwork, and they need to know what you in here for. You see, a dude like this that look like this, having criminal records like that in the past, and it ain't nothing for the CO or you know what I'm saying, any of the officers like in the actual prison to tell any of the inmates what's up with you. Like they'll I mean, I've even seen it. I done been in there and seen that myself. They'll tell what you did. And they'll tell what you did in the past, even if it ain't got nothing to do with what you did now. Yep.
Of his dark past, but his registered address was the same home she'd be found in.
He would have told her to get away, or to, you know, we would have done what we had to do. I mean, there's plenty of room in our home. She would have come with us, but she never said it. Like I said, she always had a smile. We never knew what she was going through. She suffered in silence.
A GoFundMe would be created by Niquette's aunt, stating how Jose has left her 2 children parentless and isolated in New Jersey, while family in Florida do their best to pick up the pieces. Leaving the community devastated, the GoFundMe would raise over $28,000, but no amount would replace a mother.
Yeah, that's sad. Because no matter what, it don't matter how much money y'all get, man. Like, these people gotta live for the next, you know, I mean, roughly the older girl looked like she about 5, you know, and the baby looks like the baby is not even 1 yet good. So 18 years of these people's lives living without their parents. $29,000 cannot change that. It can't even fix that. It can't do nothing about that. 29 yeah, and even 18 years past that, even as a grown adult, that's trauma. That's trauma for the rest of your life. You got to live your rest of your life knowing that maybe, I don't know if it's their father or stepfather, but the person who's supposed to be the father figure around you killed your male or your female mom. This girl is probably never going to trust a guy, and that baby, man, is never even going to understand what really just happened and took place inside of its life. Like, that's pretty devastating, man. That's sad. I ain't lying.
2 little girls will forever hold. At 52 years old, Jose is facing life in New Jersey State Prison, and with his violent history towards women, any amount of time could be a death sentence, as he's already up there in age.
Exactly.
But also is a registered target in any prison he enters.
Yep, exactly.
Now, one of the scariest aspects of this case is we don't know the details. We don't know if there were signs that he was abusive. We don't know if he actually was, because we don't know his arrest history. We only know a 2010 conviction, and that was 8 years before he met it.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't think homie had no violent past. I think that they had disagreements and he was over infatuated with this person, and this person was probably not fully into him all the way, and then he done pushed himself so far. And yeah, even though they were with each other for 7 years, a woman can't do that. They can lead a guy on for 7 years and know not deep down inside they don't really truly love them, but they're just dealing with them or tolerating them for a time period until they feel like it's time for them to move on or something else. You know, women have their own ways of how they do things, and emotionally they move off of emotion. So they don't really think like men mentally, where we're all thinking about strategy and how we're going to do things and, you know, maybe the future and what's going to, nah. A woman right now, dude, potentially can have $1 million deal right in front of her, and she feels sad, she'll fuck it all up, dude, just based on emotions. And it's not on purpose. It's just at the time they feel like that. You know, if they can understand that sometimes they feel that way, they can control it. But if they don't ever understand it, they make very irrational decisions dramatically based on their emotional situations that they're in, which it's natural. That's natural. It's not crazy at all. But basically, I believe he went over the edge when he realized that he put in so much time and he did not receive what he thought he was going to get, which is a woman that was supposed to be his lifelong partner. He ain't get that. You know, at the age of 52, he probably thinks he can't go back out here and do it again. And plus, she's 31 years old. So he's losing his mind thinking he's probably never going to get that again, and probably doesn't want anybody else to get her if he can't keep her. And that is a whole nother situation in itself. But I hope that's not what it is. I'm just thinking from my mental to think, to understand the situation. But if it's not that, that's a great thing. If it is that, that is very bad. But that's what I'm thinking.
His fiance. Now, would it have been that hard for her to look up his information? It wouldn't have, but unless you had a reason to, why would you? But to hear that she was stabbed to death in the same home her kids live in, I can only hope that they weren't there at the time, but I'm assuming that they were. And the fact that she was found at 9 a.m., I highly doubt
this is devastating.
At 9 a.m. I'm just thinking that's when she was found. Which leads me to the two possibilities I stated. Either she accepted a public proposal only to reject him later, or he was proposing to save a failing relationship. Because any normal guy, I mean, it's been 7 years, bro. Your anniversary is literally on New Year's Day. Why wouldn't you propose on New Year's Eve? Why would you propose on the 29th? And to be fair, she didn't really seem all that emotional when he proposed.
Which is
right.
But
the video of her in the Christmas pajamas, there was no emotion again.
Yeah, she wasn't happy.
Off. And I think
she
there's
wasn't
a lot
happy.
more to this story than we know. It's just one of those cases that, you know, you could see people like.
And see, that's crazy, man, because see, no matter what, it doesn't really matter what the situation is now. She's no longer here. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no way to fix this situation. There is no way to rewind time. You cannot fix this situation, man. Somebody has been taken off the planet and it's irreversible. That's the things that, man, look, sometimes, I don't know, man, what we got to do as a human race, man, but we got to start figuring out how to communicate with each other, because even if we got problems with each other, there's got to be a way how we can be able to communicate rather than we got to be doing stuff like this. Because in the end, no matter what, I don't care who you think you are. If somebody did this to somebody that you love, your family, your, you know, potential parent, whoever in your family, you'd have almost no forgiveness in your heart for them. So, I don't know, man. I'm just saying. Sometimes I feel like there's got to be a way how we can communicate and fix these problems.
Like this, neighbors, anything. And you could see the dynamic is off. It's not there. You don't know why people are staying together. Apparently, all of her family was in Florida. She's from Puerto Rico. She's with a guy that's 20-something years older than her. Whatever the situation is.
That's exactly the truth.
And then he seems a little bit off, and, you know, he's got this history that probably nobody knew about. And everything ends tragically. But rest in peace to the victim in this case, and my condolences to the family.
Yo, this is sad.
I am going to be posting the GoFundMe in the comments section. $28,000 is a lot of money, but in all actuality, it's going to go so fast.
Yeah, that ain't enough.
And those 2 little girls.
That ain't enough, man. People, listen, in America, man, I mean, the standard right now, I'm going to be real with you. The standard, which this is not what people make, because the standard in America is not what people make. The standard right now for what's necessary for you to be able to live in America comfortably is no less than $50,000. This is why most households have to have 2 parents working, because that's currently where naturally it's at. And if you're in a state that does not pay that much, you guys, 2 people working together making roughly $28,000 a piece is roughly $56,000. That's how you can keep a household afloat. But you can't. $29,000 is not enough to take care of a family, for facts. Especially now that both parents are going to be gone. That is not enough. This is left on the grandparents. They're probably not working. They're probably living on a limited income supply. I mean, they're taking care of 2 children now. And both parents, which are young, which would have youth enough left inside of them to raise these children to the ages of 18, are gone. It's not gonna be enough, man. This is gonna be sad. This is gonna be a devastating situation on this family. I hate to see stuff like this, man, but you know, stuff like this is things that everybody needs to pay attention to, so that you're never getting yourself into a situation like this, because this is crazy.
It's gonna take a lot to help them. A family has to take them in. You know what I mean? This is the new year, right after the holidays. Like,
exactly.
Everybody's kind of financially
right after Christmas.
So for something like this to happen on top of funeral costs, I'm just gonna share that GoFundMe, and anybody that would like to donate, you'll obviously have the option to do so. But let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section, because New Jersey State Prison, they find out he's a registered sex offender and he just killed a female and he's coming into prison. I mean, bro, he's over 50 years old. He's not going to be the strongest guy.
Hey, man, listen, bro. I don't got nothing against anybody, man, but listen, let me tell you something, man. In all honesty, if a woman doesn't pick up a knife and start running at you, you don't have no right to physically put your hands on this person, man, because women, like I said, act out of emotions. If she decided that you said something that pissed her off and she decided to raise her hand to try to slap you, hopefully you're a defensive enough man to stop the goddamn hand. If you can't do that, maybe you need some defense classes, because your girl can probably beat you up. But otherwise from that, until she grabs a knife, bro, and she runs at you, or she picks up a pistol, you know what I mean, bro? There's no point, bro. Like, just ease up. Let women win the argument sometimes. It's actually easier that way, man. Men aren't really supposed to be arguing with women anyway. Let them win the argument, man. Sometimes it's better that way, man. I mean, you save yourself some peace of mind. Even if you know you're right. Unless it's a financial hit you're about to take. Yeah, man, let her win the situation, man. If it comes down and it's gonna cost you $1 million, then yeah, you know, you might need to step up and say something. But otherwise than that, sometimes, man, she'll probably come back around and say, you know, you were right. And then you can look at her and say, I know. And then she loves you more for it. That's it.
It's likely that he's gonna get hit up unless he's just placed in protective custody. He's gonna ride out in jail for a little bit, but eventually he's gonna hit that prison yard, and it's gonna be a different story. But hey, it's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me. Till next time.
Yep.